Let's go to Amman in Jordan because Deniz Donmez is there. He's the spokesperson for Care Palestine. It's one of the longest serving NGOs operating in Palestine. Deniz, thank you so much for your time. When you see what's happening around GHF distribution centers, the way the private American company is doing its work, considering your experience, what do you see wrong with it? I mean, obviously people being killed is just ethically wrong, but what about the logistics of what you're seeing?
I mean, the situation is horrible, right? Over 1 million people are facing emergency levels of food insecurity. 500,000 people are starving. People are doing everything they can to survive, but what we see is that the basic conditions for life are pretty much disappearing. And the fact that people have to go somewhere to get food, the basic needs, and risk of being killed, that's just horrible. While we know as an NGO that we can get the aid on the right places, on the right time, for the right people, and we have done that before. So what we need is access, and then we can make it possible that people and families get the food they need.
So the World Food Programme says nearly 1 in every 3 people is not eating for days at a time. 90,000 children need urgent treatment for acute malnutrition. Its warehouses, the UN warehouses that WFP has across Gaza, are empty. For Care that you work for the UN, for the Norwegian Refugee Council, who we speak to regularly, is it not time that all of you collectively said, let's now get involved? I know none of you agree with the principles of the GHF's work, saying it's not according to humanitarian principles, it's exclusive, it's not inclusive, but isn't it now time for agencies like yours to say to Israel, look, we'll do it, we'll work with the GHF because people are getting killed?
To be very clear on that, we are doing everything we can at the moment to change this situation. And we have red lines on this because we're not going to work with an organization that is currently militarizing aid with the IDF. We're not doing that. We know we can get the right help and aid in. We have done that before. So the situation is more about is aid going to be allowed? And Israel should allow that aid to go in. And so it can be solved really easily.
Absolutely. Look, this is not a critique of any work that CARE is doing or the UN, of course. It's just a question of trying to find some kind of solution to stop these killings of people who are just waiting for food. Then where do the people of Gaza find the salvation that they need in terms of when they look to the future? Where do you see this being resolved? Because while the world watches and governments don't do anything, there is an almost popular uprising around the world of people seeing these pictures on their TV screens and saying, not in my lifetime, this shouldn't be happening.
I mean, you know what the people in Gaza need is basic needs at the moment. So that can give them hope. And one of the outcomes of the ceasefire negotiations, which is taking too long and is pretty much already too late, should be that aid is going in, but also giving people hope on a sort of future. So we're a humanitarian organization. We don't do political statements, but it should be clear that what is needed is that the situation should return to a sort of basic needs normal, and then we can look and hope for a better future. But that's not the case right now.
Israel says that the GHF is doing the work it's doing to ensure that Hamas doesn't steal any assistance. The UN says there's no evidence of that. Have you heard of any occasions on which Hamas has stolen aid?
No, there is no evidence on that. And, we have to be honest, there is looting happening. But can you blame the people that are currently starving to get food? So it's not about having distribution sites. It's about having a lot more places where other important items are being distributed. So not only on 4 places. And if that happens, then people will not seek any reason to loot or because there will be food and everything they need. But the fact that the situation is like this at the moment is just because there is no access.
Dennis, we're going to leave you there, but these pictures we're seeing, it's quite clear that a truckload of flour has fallen on the ground, and children and anyone is trying to pick up what they can, because previously Gazans have been using bird feed to make bread. Dennis, thank you so much indeed. Really important to hear from you. Take care.